In this English lesson, I wanted to help you learn the English phrase to have chemistry. Now, chemistry is something you can study in school. You can take chemistry class. But this phrase actually has to do with relationships. When you go on a date with someone, and if you really get along well, and if you enjoy each other's company, and you find each other attractive, we would say that you have chemistry. When people start to date, when people go out on dates, they always hope that they'll have a good time and that they'll have chemistry with the other person. Sometimes people go on a date and they don't have any chemistry, and then usually they don't go on a second date. But sometimes people go on a date with someone and they really just enjoy themselves. The person is interesting, the person is attractive, the other person finds you interesting and attractive, and we would then say that you have chemistry. The other phrase I wanted to teach you today is the phrase to click with. When you click with someone, it simply means that you get along well. It's not romantic. It's not the same as having chemistry with someone. It's used more to talk about people who are friends or becoming friends. When I first went to university, I met a bunch of people, and there were a few people that I just clicked with. When you click with someone, it usually means you have the same interests, you like doing the same things, and when you click with someone, there's a good chance you will become good friends with them. So, when I started university, the first day I didn't know anyone. The second day I met a few people, and there were a few people that I clicked with, and they ended up becoming my good friends. So, to repeat and to review, when you have chemistry with someone, it means that you find each other very, very attractive. You find it very enjoyable to spend time with each other, and you both have the same feeling. You have chemistry. When you click with someone, it simply means that you get along with them. I'm sure that many of you, if I met you in real life and we had a cup of coffee, I'm sure I would click with you. I'm sure we would have an enjoyable conversation and it would be a lot of fun. Speaking of someone who I click with, let's look at a comment from a previous video. This is from Brent, otherwise known as American English with this guy. And Brent and I have a lot in common, and we've never met in real life, but I think if we did, I think we would click. In fact, I think when the pandemic's over, we're still hoping to have a cup of coffee halfway between Maine and Ontario. But anyways, let's get to the comment. Brent says, that's why these lessons are so good. Natural spoken English. Even when you break the rules, you're showing learners how to correctly speak. And my response was this: yeah, it just goes to show how strange this language can be. There are so many written rules that aren't followed in everyday speech. I guess we'll just have to keep explaining things. So one of the cool things for me, and not cool for you, is that there are an endless amount of topics for me to talk about when it comes to teaching English. But that can make you feel a little bit overwhelmed. But I would just say this: keep working at it. It's not impossible to learn a language. People do it all the time. If you're feeling discouraged because there are so many things to learn, just keep at it. You'll do fine, I think, for sure. And I do want to mention, sometimes I sneak extra little phrases in. So in my response, I use the phrase, it just goes to show. I'm not going to explain that one. I think I'll let you figure that one out in context. Anyways, you can see it's December, but it doesn't look like December. This is my snowblower. This is supposed to be hooked up to my tractor so that when it snows, I can clean the driveway. I think if you watch one of my videos on Learn English in the Snow, you'll see me using my snowblower, but it's still sitting here. And you would think on a beautiful day like this, I should be out here hooking it up. But you know what? I'll let that wait for another day. It was good teaching you again. I'll see you in 2 days with another short English lesson.